Claude Code is perhaps the biggest productivity increase for me since the release of Cursor, and that says a lot. Most of you watching still don't realize how powerful Claude Code can be, but this video will change that. Now, since I'm a generous soul, let's begin with 3 banger tips. First of all, this is a way to see your older chats. Typing Claude --resume into your terminal. By the way, this is so secretive, it's not even in the docs. You cannot type in /command resume, it's not here. History, none of that exists. One of my developers found it on Reddit, so literally there is no way to find this. So let me run in the same folder. Here it should open up the chats, there you go, right? You can see previous chats, number of messages, blah, blah, blah. Super useful if you want to go back to work after you accidentally close Cursor or work on something else. So yeah, this command, I've never seen anybody talk about this on Twitter, definitely not on YouTube. Nobody knows that it even exists because it's not even in the official Anthropic docs. So this is a tip number 1. Tip number 2, downgrade to Claude 1.0.17. Why? Because the newer versions have this pop-up box where, let's say you're in plan mode and you say, I want to add feature X, Y, Z. And you're still in plan mode, right? The new versions of Claude Code will keep suggesting this box of changes like, okay, now let's, Claude is suggesting this. Do you want to start working? It's like, no, I'm in plan mode. I want to keep talking to you until I have clarity, until I understand the issue fully. Then I will press Shift Tab, just like such an easy keyboard shortcut, and then we will start working, right? So yeah, I don't know why they added that feature, but the new versions of Claude Code after this version have that box, and I found it extremely annoying. So use this version for now. Maybe in the future they'll make it optional, they'll remove that pop-up box, but it really was slowing down my productivity, and I have zero tolerance for that. Anything or anyone that's slowing down my productivity doesn't last long in my life. But then you also need to run this command, Claude config set-g auto update status disable, because the issue is that if you're like me and you enabled auto updates, even if you downgrade to this, Claude Code will self-upgrade, and yeah, you'll basically need to downgrade again, right? So here, when you do /status, you need to see the version to be 1.0.17. This is the best version right now. It will, for maximum productivity, use that version. So yeah, these are the starting off the bat strong 3 banger productivity tips that you will not see anywhere else. Like I spend a good amount of time on Twitter, watching YouTube. I watch all the main Anthropic videos on Claude Code. Never seen this mentioned anywhere. So yeah, starting off strong. Anyways, let's get to work. Right here, I have my browser. So this is my localhost server, and there's a lot I want to do in this video. These are some of the things I want to do, right? Polish today's focus, this new feature, really nice feature, I must say. Great job by one of my developers adding the MVP, but I want to polish it because there's a few bugs. Then, oh yeah, this is a quality of life. So right now you can see this, right? This is what I added, where you can hover over each due date and easily switch it like to tomorrow, and it switches to tomorrow, switch it back to today. Super easy, super convenient. But when you have a project attached, right, let's say you do personal, it cannot be done with the project. So I want to make it the same. So you'll see how to fix bugs, you'll see how to improve the UI, you'll see how to refactor, maybe even switch authentication, prompts, yeah, prompt engineering. I think I'm actually one of the best people to prompt AI agents like in the world. Probably like top 100 for sure, because I've spent so much time with so many different AI agents, different AI models. So I'll show you how I think about prompts and how I clean up prompts and investigate them. Yeah, you'll see a lot in this video. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's start with today's focus. It's right here. This automatically opens every day. And the goal of this is to set a clear intention for each day, right? So what's your main priority today? The issue with most apps is that they don't really collect context and relevant context, right? There's two mistakes you can make. You can be either fully autonomous, fully AI, which is a mistake because the AI models are not there, or you can be like all the other productivity and task management apps where you don't have enough features, you're fully about the user, but the sweet spot is human in the loop, right? So this is the feature. As you can see, when you're making this decision, right, you're shown your current goals, which you can update if you want, and your top tasks on your list. So the 2 most important things you need to know to make this decision of what to focus on today. By the way, for those of you who want to get serious about Claude Code, I made an entire workshop about it, right? Claude Code Mastery. In the new society, inside of the classroom, you can find this workshop where you can take your Claude code to the next level. So if you're finding this video valuable, then definitely join the new society to get even more granular content on Claude Code and how I use it to triple, and this might be conservative, triple my coding productivity. So yeah, as I said, this is the biggest boost to my coding productivity since the release of Cursor. And the reason why this is even more powerful than Codex, which by the way, we also have the ultimate Codex guide here. So if you join the new society, you get access to all of this exclusive content, how to build your first AI agent in NA10, how to write prompts, templates and presets where you can literally steal and copy paste all of my prompts, all of my NA10 automations and Make.com automations, AI agents I've built in the past, prompts and instructions. But anyways, my point is that Claude Code is a massive boost since the release of Cursor. The reason for that is because you can work inside your IDE. That's the main thing. Claude Code actually follows good productivity principles. The issue with like the background agent, right? We have the background agent right here inside of Cursor, or you have OpenAI Codex, ChatGPT Codex. The issue with these is that they're asynchronous. So they tempt you or encourage you to be distracted. They encourage you to multitask, to work on multiple things at a time. Claude Code, on the other hand, lives inside of your IDE. It lives in the Cursor, and it helps you get the current task faster. It helps you focus deeper. That's why it is so essential, and that's why all of you must adopt Claude Code. But then we have the AI suggestion, right? So Vector Agent analyzes your current goals, your top tasks, and your user context, and suggests like what the AI thinks you should focus on. So here it says, focus today on polishing the UI of today's focus feature. This will directly improve your product quality and help you make more money from Vector. And it's the top task on our list, and it references a goal. Pretty solid suggestion. But if you want to close it, there's this button right here, obviously. And yeah, so what's your main priority today? I'm going to say, record a video about how I use Claude Code while building Vector features in the meantime. I want to record at least 3 hours of value-packed, high-level content. This probably, if you're a complete newbie into AI and you're just learning how to use ChatGPT, you probably will not see the value in this video. But if you're someone who wants to build AI agents, if you want to build your own AI startup, or if you want to maximize your coding productivity, this will be one of the most valuable videos you ever see. So let's get started, right? Goal editing. So this is the first thing I want to change is in today's focus. This goal editing is like, I don't like the UI. We don't need these buttons at all, actually. Like all it should be like clicking off or clicking this button, right? So also I should probably make this say update. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you how I work. First of all, close others. Only have the tabs open that are relevant. So I'm going to open daily focus modal because I know this is the file of this modal. If you didn't know which file is relevant, first of all, you probably don't have good awareness of your code base, which is a huge red flag, which means you're a bad vibe coder. You cannot delegate everything to the AI and definitely not the structure of your code base. But let's say some other developer did it. You could say like something like this, switch to plan mode, say which file is responsible for the UI of the today's focus feature in our front end, the modal. Answer in short. Actually, I have it tagged here, so let me remove that. We need to switch to a different file. Okay, yeah. I want to give it any hints, right? Because I had the file opened and it was referenced in Claude Code. So now, yeah, if you are working on a feature that somebody else implemented, or you're working on an open source repo, just ask Claude Code in plan mode, right? So this is the main thing, plan mode, and then it answers so fast, incredible, right? So now we know which file to work with. So I'm going to open it, and I'll say, good. Now let's update the UI of that file. So this is going to be what we're doing, right? Switching between the localhost server and Claude Code. So this is why, for example, ChatGPT, you have the new O3, right? The issue with the O3 is that it takes like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to respond. You cannot be tweaking the UI like that, right? The only way where I would use O3 is like a very deep bug where I'm stuck, or like a major refactor, and I want to be sure I'm correct before doing any work. But I would never start with O3. Why? Because it's low productivity. Everything in this video is about maximizing your productivity, increasing your speed of building, right? So like localhost server, Claude Code, boom, boom, boom. You can make UI tweaks like every few seconds. O3 Pro, so slow, so annoying to work with. Claude Code, on the other hand, is amazing. So now let's update the UI of the file so that current goals, first of all, I'm gonna change the edit button so that of the file, so that the edit button in the current goals box does not use the icon, but instead just says update. Okay. And then when it's editing, this field needs to be full screen. That's going to be my next prompt. But first I want to make it like more incentivized for people to click it. Okay, update. Okay, I don't know if I like it. Let me open Lucid icons. It's like edit. Maybe this. Actually, okay. So I'm gonna say revert this change, but instead use this icon. Let's see. This like update. I didn't like the other icon. Yeah, this is better. It's more clickable. Okay. So I'm gonna say good. Now let's update the UI when the user is actually editing their current goals by removing the two buttons and instead just clicking anywhere outside of the text input field should act as cancel. And we already have the save goals. We already have the check mark button in the top right, which should act as save goals. So, you know, this is redundant having these two buttons, and just clicking anywhere else should act as cancel. So this would give us more space already. And then we also need to use our custom scroll bar because I hate this default white one. And you might be thinking like, David, aren't you overthinking the UI? And the answer is fuck no. The UI and UX is beyond important. Okay, let's see. This hasn't been implemented yet. Maybe, oh, it's still cooking. Okay. Okay, first of all, if you look at like the trends of what the Y Combinator is looking to hire, which to be honest you shouldn't really care about, but I analyzed their latest one, and it's like they're looking for designers who start companies. So Y Combinator is realizing the importance of UI and UX, but the main thing is that UI is like the reason why people use ChatGPT. Smooth UI. That's why people love ChatGPT. That's why people love Apple. Obviously, let's ignore their latest liquid glass update. That's terrible. But yeah, UI and UX is beyond important. Okay, so it's still doing stuff. Okay, now clicking anywhere else except for the input field closes it. Very nice. This should act like saved. So I'm gonna do fitness, let's say lose 5 kg to be specific, and save. Let's see if it saves, and actually let's close the modal and reopen it. Nice, it's actually saved. So much better already, much better. Some say good work. Let's push. So this is another thing. You guys aren't pushing to GitHub enough. First I'm gonna do it and then I'm gonna explain my philosophy. And I have a protocol, which is like a playbook for the LLMs to successfully push to GitHub consistently every time. So I save myself massive time. But anyways, the reason of Git is version control, right? If you do 2 commits per day, it's terrible. You need to be doing commits after any meaningful change. Why? Because then you can revert to that change, right? I try to do commits, like I have this feeling, I get uncomfortable if I didn't commit in a while. And honestly, like you should be doing commits every like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Again, it needs to make sense. It needs to be after some meaningful change, such as what we did. We changed the icon, we removed the buttons, we improved the functionality where you can click off. We did some meaningful changes. So I'm pushing to GitHub. And also, it's just like for me, all I need to do is tag one file and the LLMs follow it and they do everything. They pull, stage the changes, write the commit, and they know what we're working on. So they write a detailed commit message, right? Again, a lot of you are writing your commit messages by hand, which is terrible because you're wasting your time. But also, you're probably, making them vague, because when you type by hand, you're like incentivized to rush it, only type in a few words, stuff like that. But if you're working with AI, it knows exactly what we're doing, and it can type an actually good, detailed comment message. So anyways, let's continue working. I hate this scroll bar. Now let's make sure the current goals field, while being edited, uses our custom scroll bar. I'm going to tag global CSS because that's where it's defined. So again, this is so ugly, right? The default one, the white background. We have a nice custom one. So now it's gonna be reading the file. Okay, this is I don't like when it only reads 20 lines. Like, I would like to add like a limit. Okay, there it is. Much better already. But the main issue is that it's still too small, right? So I say good, but make sure that in the editing mode, the text area of current goals really expands to the full width and height it has available. Mainly below it. Right now there is a ton of empty space below it. Fix that. It's probably some like leftover margin or padding, or there's probably a height constraint on this. So that's very annoying, but it needs to be like expandable bigger. Maybe I was thinking even for the main text input field, like adding a button here to expand it so it's bigger. Need to update the structure to make the text area fill the available space. They should add wrapped in extra divs that limits its height. Yeah, so it's not margin or padding issue, it's that its height is being limited. It's no issue. Claude Code can change that easy. Small refactor. And by the way, this is like, I guess, the difference between more senior devs and more like vibe coder devs like myself, is that the senior devs don't test enough. Like any change I make, I test it instantly firsthand. So that's like some of the, oh, very nice, much better. It's much better, but I'm wondering if we can do even better. First of all, there's this space above it. Say much better, but I think okay, let's think about this. Is this good enough? There's like still a lot of space above it, so I'm gonna target that first. But there is still a bit of space right above the text field while in editing mode, aka right below the big current goals text. Make sure we utilize that space to make the text input field slightly larger while in editing mode. Do not change anything else. Also, the reason why you're probably not seeing the vibe coding results you want is because you're not being clear with your prompts. And this is exactly why you need to be learning, right? So if I wasn't commentating and like doing a YouTube video, I would be right here inside of cursor agent sitting in ask mode with O3. I would say, explain the front-end structure of daily focus model to me, as if you were a senior dev talking to a new programmer. Assume I know very little about front-end. Answer in short. This is the key. You need to be vibe learning. While you're vibe coding, you need to be vibe learning to improve your understanding so that you can ask better prompts. So many of you are asking confusing prompts that the AI cannot even know what you mean. I would say make this simpler and shorter. It's too long. So the AI oftentimes doesn't even understand what you mean. And so let's see, wait. Okay, yeah, it made that conditional, save. It's already much better, I would say. It's already much better. You can type it in here. You can add like 4, 5 different goals. Then we have the better scroll bar. I would say this is much, much better. So let's say, great job. Let's push these improvements to dev protocol. And I'm going to show you the compact feature. So to improve yourself, okay, let me get big picture, right? There's going to be AI agents that can do anything within the next 6, 12, 18 months. And all people, everyone will have access to them. So the difference will not be who knows about Claude Code or not, right? Right now, most people don't even know Claude Code exists, but soon enough, because of people like me, because of viral tweets, because of word of mouth, people will realize that this is OP and this is super powerful, right? So everybody will have access to these AI agents. The difference will be how you use them and how good your judgment is when it comes to knowing what good UI and UX looks like, when it comes to writing a clear targeted prompt. And the only way to do that is by learning. So this is going to be the difference, maximize your learning. So here, while it's doing the vibe coding, again, I'm commentating on a video, so I'm giving my energy to you guys, but if I was purely coding, I wouldn't just go and scroll on Twitter or be on my phone or check my messages. No, that's a terrible mistake a lot of vibe coders do, is when the AI agents or when the AI is doing something, they are not doing anything. You should be learning stuff, right? So asking questions about the file, understanding the code base better, understanding things, having it explain things you don't understand, stuff like that. So here, you can say like, okay, data focus model in 6 tiny bytes, visibility shows only when is open is true, data flow loads safe focus goals, and today's task from API Redux, keeps local state for text, goals, loading flags, editing toggles, helpers, fetch, okay. So just by reading this, I would already understand it much better, right? And maybe you don't even know what these concepts are, so you can say like, I don't know what these front-end concepts are, explain them. And this is the key. If you spend 3 hours a day using these AI tools to maximize your skills, you cannot fail. You'll be so successful in the future. I don't care if you're 14 years old, 40 years old, or 70 years old. If you spend 3 hours a day using O3, Claude for Opus, or any other cutting-edge reasoning AI model to maximize a skill, a valuable skill, if you spend 3 hours a day, every single day, using these reasoning models to maximize your skills, you have no idea how good your life will be in 2 to 3 years. So let's get started. So I could say, money, dating. I could say improving at AI, whatever. Boom, improving at AI, and then maybe I can improve the functionality of this button so that the background is green on hover and the icon is white. It's actually a good idea. Let's try that. By the way, I'm going to show you this feature, right? So Claude Code can get filled up if you use it a lot. You can either use /clear if you want to reset and work on something else, which is perfectly fine. Or you can do /compact if you want to continue and work on the same thing like we do here. Now, the context window is not full yet. You'll see when it's approaching full, it'll be right here like 30% until auto collapse, right? But that's already too late because the Claude 4 models, right? So right now what we're using is, I think, Opus. Yeah, Opus, but you can use Sonnet as well. The Claude 4 models are very, very bad. Or actually, like, not very bad, but like their performance drops massively after, I would say, like 80k, 100k tokens. They have a 200,000 token window, but you really don't want to be using them after 100k tokens. So if you wait until the auto collapse pops up, it's already too late. You should have a good feeling, like an internal feeling on when to do /compact. But don't do just /compact without anything, because then it runs for like a minute and a half. It's super annoying. Instead, you can type a custom message. So what I do is /compact, heavily summarize everything, ignore the Git stuff, answer in short. This will compact it much more. It will ignore the Git commands, which have no relevance to what we're working on. And it will not take 60, 90 seconds. It usually takes like 20 or 30, much less time, which means you will use the feature more if it's not as annoying, right? Again, with Opus, it is a bit slower because it's a more powerful model. Most of you should be probably using Sonnet 4 because Opus is very expensive. However, I'm paying for the Claude Max subscription, which is $200 a month. Actually, there's two Claude Max pricing. There's 2 different subscriptions. Right here, let me open it up. So we have this, right? So individual, blah, 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 but this is the max. This is honestly the best value for Claude Code, because if you use your API key, you can easily burn through $50, $60, $70 per day, like I did. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get Claude Max. And I never hit the limits with Claude Max. So if you go with the $100 a month, most of you should be fine. But if you somehow hit the limits with that, they also have a $200 a month plan, which gets 20x higher usage, which I don't even think it's very It's basically unlimited Claude code. Like the limits are super hard to hit on the max plan. So if you're using your API key, or if you have Pro and you're hitting the limits too often, or if you're using your API key and you're burning through too much money, definitely upgrade to Claude Max. It will save you money in the long term, and this AI agent is 100% worth it. So next up, what did we want to do? I wanted to do one more tweak to this button, right? So I'm gonna say, let's tweak the UI in daily modal, specifically when editing the current goals. I want the button to save changes to turn its background to bright green on hover and the icon to become full white on hover. Do not change how it looks like by default, just the on hover behavior. Let's see if it's pull this off. So I want a bit more like responsiveness from the UI, right? Like this is not that, it's not that tempting to like click it when you're applying your changes. You need to have like some feedback loop to the user, like good job. If you see green, it's like nice, save changes, update it. It's nice, you know, let's see. It's much better. Small things matters, guys. This is why you need to be dog fooding your own product, which means using it and finding all the bugs and things you don't like yourself. Also, I noticed, why is there so much margin below the buttons? I guess it's all around the modal, right? Okay. So I'm going to switch to plan one as, why is there so much margin / padding right below the main two buttons at the bottom of the modal? What is causing that? Answer in short. Answer in short has to be my favorite prompt. It's like so OP. I'm not sure if that's correct. I mean, we can debug this with like inspect element right here. P6. Oh, okay, overflow Y auto. Double on both the outer modal container and inner con. You sure it's not the P6? Also, I'm gonna interrupt it. You can interrupt it anytime by pressing escape, and press escape twice, and you can go to previous messages. This is another tip that you will not see anywhere else, because nobody else even knows about this. I'm gonna say, you sure it's not the P6 that's doing this? Read the entire file. This is very important because you can see it like, it has a tendency to only read like 10 lines, 20 lines. So when you tell it to read the entire file, it's a very strong prompt. And then answer in short. So yeah, pressing escape twice allows you to edit your previous messages. Something that, again, most people don't even know exists. It's crazy. So that's why you watching this video until the end will actually give you real value, because there's so much stuff that you can only learn if you're spending multiple hours a day with Claude Code like I am. So pay attention and watch until the end. Let's try P4. Actually, I need to be in auto accept mode. So again, double escape, boom, resend this message. I mean, actually, it's not that bad, but let's just try it. Maybe P6 will look better. Yeah. Return back P6 looks better. Okay, so actually one more change. I want to add some highlight to this. Okay, whatever. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do let's push latest UX tweaks to dev, and then I want to figure out, actually we can do that with O3. You guys to analyze daily focus model and figure out if we have an easy way to know when was the last time the user updated their short-term goals field of their user context. Analyze the entire code base, answer in short. Here I would probably do clear, to be honest. /clear. Plan mode, and then let's go. So let me go at the top, and then I'm gonna switch here. Man, this editing in a terminal. I wanted to say read the entire file, and yeah. So O3 is already analyzing some files, like our DB structure, and say no. There's no way to know if it was updated, but then we can store it in local storage of the browser. It's an idea. We can store the last time this was updated or this was updated. Yeah. And use that value to like animate this icon, or like basically I want to force people to actually update their goals, right? It matters. It matters if this is up to date. Also, I'm thinking, what if this icon was bottom? Nah. Maybe here, I don't know. It's like a bit too close to this and a bit too similar. Man. Text. We can use like this icon, which we use for ideas. Pencil, pen, edit. I don't like how similar it is to this. And how close it is. I can add a bit more right margins, easy. Okay, I'm gonna say update. See, now Claude is going, so I'm gonna use cursor agent. Say update daily focus model by adding right 2 next to the edit icon inside of current goals. Do not do anything else. I just want to move this like a bit farther away from this. Let's see. Should be slightly nudged to the left. O3 is actually kind of good in cursor, to be honest. So surprisingly good. Wait, okay, so if I'm gonna reject this, okay, I'm gonna say make it PR free, and then I'm gonna try a different icon. I mean, yeah, let's try this one, I guess. This one. What the fuck? Why is it so slow? Man. It was here. Okay, I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna say now switch the icon to this one and remove the unused import. See, I don't know, like, this is why Claude Code is just superior to cursor. Cursor agent is slow and it's like losing context. It's not as agentic. No, currently there is no easy way to know. Okay, how about this? We can create a new value that we store into our user storage, aka our custom abstraction of local storage, and we can have both a user context model and daily focus model track that value, and if the user has not updated their short-term goals in more than 7 days, we will know it from this value, and then we can make UI changes to encourage the user to update their goals, such as animating the edit buttons. Your task is to analyze all files involved and create a step-by-step plan of the truly necessary changes we have to do to make this happen. The simpler, the better. Do not do anything else. Answer in short. So this is a very good prompt by me. Need to stay humble, but give myself credit. Anyways, so here it removed the import. Let's see how that looks. Okay. I think this looks better actually. I mean, wait, this icon is a bit sketchy. Oh, what the fuck? It added the padding inside. What? What happened? What happened? Remove the right padding inside of the button. It should be on the outside only. Yeah, that's a bit sketchy why it added that. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna show you another tip, is create a temporary attack plan, right? So I'm gonna create a new file here. This is a markdown file. I'm gonna say, good, but now add the PR, add the same amount of padding / margin on the outside of that button, only on the right. Man, the cursor agent is nowhere near as intelligent as Claude Code. It's like losing context, it's not as agentic. Yeah. Okay, well that's too much. Okay, make it MR1. Yes, now it's kind of weird position. Let's see how this looks. Why is it so slow? This is incredible. It's like such a simple change. Maybe it's because I'm using O3. Whatever. I'm gonna say go to work, and actually let's switch to Claude for Sonnet. Go to work, let's push this to dev, follow protocol, do not do anything else. Okay, so it's following the protocol. It will stage the changes, write the commit message. Okay. Why? What the? Okay, this is crazy. Why does it lose height? We need to investigate this. I need to investigate this in Claude Code actually. I don't like. Yeah, cursor agent is too slow. I'm just gonna move it to the side. Here I'm gonna do. I need to tag. Let's update daily focus modal by investigate why when I click on the edit button inside of current goals, the total height of the box lowers, aka the, how do we describe it well, the amount of space, height space allocated to current goals decreases for some reason. We need to ensure, how can we ensure that even while the user is in editing mode of their goals, the height remains exactly the same? Read the entire file, think about it deeply, answer in short. So yeah, Claude Code for agentic coding is much better than Cursor Agent. But there is still time and place for Cursor Agent. And I still use it to understand the code base and to implement changes where Claude is doing something else. By the way, I'm gonna show you how to solve this IDE disconnected warning. It's pretty easy actually. Let me sit down. The main benefit of a standing desk is that you can work longer without destroying your health, right? You don't want to be sitting for 8-10 hours a day. Even like 6 hours a day is bad. You don't want to be sitting all that time. If you buy a standing desk, you can stand and sit. And then you can also buy a walking pad to put underneath your standing desk to alternate between sitting, standing and walking. So you can work for 12 hours with actually losing, like burning calories when you're walking, right? So you can work while improving your health. It's pretty incredible. So definitely buy a standing desk and a walking pad. Anyways, let's see, issue analysis, edit mode, solution which should maintain consistent height. Okay. Set explicit height on text area. I'll say I like first option as well. Now implement it. Let's switch to auto accept mode. See, this is why you need to be using this version 1017, because the new versions, like, why I'm in plan mode. I decide when we exit plan mode, not you, okay? Not AI. Oh, no, please do one more edit. This surely is not, this is not it. This is not perfect at all. This is even worse. This is even worse. Like the amount of space. Okay, the box getting smaller issue is still there, but now you made the text area in editing mode much less tall. This is bad. Undo this change and try something else. Okay, this is completely terrible. It's just like, this is like how we had it at the start, right? So we don't want that. Yeah. So, okay, now it fixed that, but let's see what happens. Div. Okay, now we're talking. This is good, but maybe 200 pixels is a bit too much. I'm gonna say this is good. It solved both issues. However, 280px is too much. Let's try 240px. You know, we don't want to, like, you don't need this much height. Also, I need to slightly increase the font size of this. Okay, really solid, but let's try 220px. Still a bit too tall for my taste, you know. Okay, 220, very nice. I'll say great job. Let's push these. Actually, yeah, let's push these changes to dev protocol, and then the next thing is like, the next change you should make is update the font size of the actual tasks inside of top tasks box to be literally 1 pixel higher font size. Do not change anything else. See, I can write the prompt while it's pushing to GitHub. Boom, ready. No time wasted. Like, instantly I sent the prompt while it was doing the stuff. I'm not scrolling TikTok, I'm not reading Twitter, not responding to messages, none of that stuff. I'm not wasting time, guys. So wait, did it already? Let's see. Boom. Yeah, exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so I can move it right here. We don't need this Claude code, but here, how to fix it, right? You do /IDE. Boom, you select cursor and it will reconnect, and it's connected. So when you have this IDE disconnected, just type in /IDE, select cursor, VS Code, whatever you're using, and reconnect, and now this one is going to be disconnected. That's fine. So anyways, let's see this plan to okay, yeah, so actually I wanted to do the temporary attack plan, right? So I'm gonna do, this is good for like changes that are medium sized to bigger. So I'm gonna do what's the name? Short-term focus updated. Okay, so last goals update.md. I think this is a good name. Let's see. So let's read this plan. Plans to track short-term goals update. Add local storage tracking. Whoa. Create a new function. User storage. Both value and timestamp. Well, we just need to track when it's last updated at. I mean, okay. Can this plan be a lot simpler? We don't need the timestamp. We just since that could be the only value we track, this user storage variable could simply track the last time the short-term goals field was updated, meaning the value of that user storage var would literally be the date, aka the timestamp itself. Think about this. Okay, I'm gonna say use extended thinking and really deeply think about whether this makes sense. Start by analyzing all of the relevant files and read them in full. Then give me an updated, minimal, step-by-step plan. Make it concise. Answer in short. Boom. Okay. So do not blindly accept what Claude Code tells you. You need to have a feeling like this feels overcomplicated. I mean, yeah, we need to update both of these, but like, you know, the UI animations, we're gonna do that later. This is optional, like fuck that. So really, I only need these 2 steps. So yeah, but I like these changes that we've made. Very nice, very nice. Let's see where we're at with this today's focus feature. More appealing. Yeah, so now I need to like animate this somehow. Like it's very important that people keep updating their current goals, not just leave it stale. Okay, so now it's using extended thinking. Literally this works, guys. Another thing what people don't realize, when I say read the whole file, this actually will make Claude Code read all of the lines in the file. This is not just like a prompt engineering tip. It's actually impact on the way it uses tool usage. When I say use extended thinking, this is not a prompt engineering tip. This is not like a trick. It actually starts using the extended thinking. Anthropic has built Claude Code to listen to these commands and to impact what it does. When you say use extended thinking, as you can see, it's now dedicating way more reasoning effort. Otherwise, it would just like write a few sentences, right? No, it has this thinking attribute here, and then it does long thinking. Same here, boom, another long thinking. Yeah, so turns out I was right, as it happens often. Minimal plan, track short-term goals, updates. You're absolutely right. Here's the simplified plan. In handler save, blah, 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 add, you start, update that, date. Okay, daily focus model. I'll say good. Now let's write down this minimal plan into, and we're gonna tag our new file, last goals with MD. Do not worry about any animations / tooltips as of now. Let's just focus on adding this variable into user storage and having both of these modals work with it properly. Work with it in both of these models, update it and work with it properly. Do not do anything else. So I just want to write down our plan in here so that we have it written down, because you know you can tag the file easily and remind it of our plan, and you can track what step of the plan we're at. It's very important to use MD files for like plans. Again, small changes like you've seen, you know, these UI tweaks, not needed, but like medium-sized changes, stuff like that, it's needed. Focus model, blah blah blah, key details, yeah. Looks good. I'll say looks good. Now, okay, wait, so it's only 2 stages. Implementation plan. Okay, whatever, let's try to one-shot it. Now take a deep breath and execute this plan like a 10x engineer would. The fewer lines of code changed, the better. Do not stop working. This is another type of prompt. It's like continual prompt. I don't know what OpenAI and Anthropic call it, but it's like you give it a condition until it should keep going. Do not stop working until the plan in last goals has been executed fully and completely. Keep going until this feature is added cleanly and properly, just like a senior developer would add it, in the most minimal way possible. do not do anything else. It's just a good way to end it, you know. Answer in short, do not do anything else. You can notice that these are my favorite prompts, and I'm gonna create a new chat. Guys, the real OP thing about using Claude Code and Cursor is that here, you see this terminal? This is referencing Claude Code, so you can literally chat about what Claude Code is doing. You switch to ask mode, use O3, use the new Gemini, and like consult. Does this plan make more sense? And if you use one model, right, like Claude for Opus, or most of you are using Claude for Sonnet, it's like a good model, right? But like if you only use one model, the chances are it will fuck up sometimes. But if you consult it with O3 or the latest Gemini 2.5 Pro, chances are that it's going to do a mistake is way lower. Especially if you use three cutting-edge reasoning models: Claude for Opus thinking, O3, Gemini 2.5 Pro, the June version. Yeah, like the likelihood of making a mistake is way lower, especially if you're not doing like a massive refactor. So let's see, user context model, import user storage, previous short-term focus, set short-term focus, use state, set previous short-term focus, boom. Whoa, why is it in long-term goals? Okay, this needs to be investigated, long-term goals. I don't know if the implementation in this file is correct. I guess we'll have to see by doing some quick front-end debugging. Set previous short-term focus, update timestamp if short-term focus changed, if settings short-term focus, previous short-term focus, wait, okay. So you need to be looking at the changes it's doing, right? You don't have to understand everything, but like you need to understand something. That's, I guess, the way I would describe it. You don't have to understand everything if you want to be a vibe coder, but you do need to understand something. Wait, use storage set item. Okay. Then daily focus model, but use storage. Constant is goals stale. Set is goals stale. Check when goals were last updated. Last update. Await. Start as string. If since days. This is days update. So some calculation here. From time to know the days. No times time means okay. Is it adding any animation or no? Add user import models. Added previous short-term focus state to track the previous value. Fully implemented. Okay. So I'm gonna say now update daily focus model. Actually, you know what? I mean, we should test it. We should test it, right? So I'm gonna open our front end here. Application, local storage. Ooh, okay, wait. This is a problem. Yeah. So first off, update daily focus model so that when we are in a not so wide browser window, aka mobile or laptop, and the model needs to use a scroll bar across the entire model, ensure that it uses our custom scroll bar from globals, not the default ugly white one. Okay, so this is a quick change we need to ensure. I hate this scroll bar. And again, like these small things add up, you know. And you can only find these if you're actually using your tool yourself, guys. If you are building a startup and you're not planning on being the #1 user, forget it. Just forget it. You're gonna waste your time. You need to be solving a problem you care about. If you aren't your #1 user, you're screwed. You're gonna get outcompeted, especially in a ruthless niche, ruthless field like AI. You have no chance. So this is good. I spotted this. But anyways, we need to check like, okay, user context, boom. I'm gonna change the short-term goals. I'm gonna say bring forward AI agents, update, save. We should have the, what's it named? last context visit. What is the name of the new user storage variable we are tracking, and where can I find it in the front end application debugger? Answer in short. So I'm gonna ask the AI to see where we can find that. DB, look at storage. Could be here. The browser application debugger, find it, local storage, your domain. Use user ID short. Oh yeah, we need to. Okay, my bad. Since this is it should be named short-term goals updated at. Since we're using our custom abstraction, short-term goals. Okay, this is it, I think. Updated at, and the value is encrypted, I guess. We do this because, you know, you can use the same browser with multiple people, so it's a security thing. But I want to see like if the value is. Wait, I'm gonna ask. And the value of it is encrypted. Answer in short. We might like print it in the console if it gets updated. Okay, so can we add some temporary console log to print it in the front end console whenever it gets updated / saved to make debugging easier for me? If so, which files do we need to update and how? Answer in short. Say, okay, now implement this change, do not do anything else. Load up my next prompt. We can add console log using daily focus. Yeah, let's do this. Looks good. 3 console logs. And then we can use the console here actually to have it readable format, not encrypted. And then we can add the animation after that. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so it's done. So now let's see. We go. Ooh, I just got another idea. Okay, I need to write this down. Replace chips with daily focus reminder. Okay. This is why Vectel is important, because you can use the ideas to just quickly write down your ideas. But anyways, daily focus, let's start it. Set ideas loading, wait. We need to be looking for this. I'm gonna say add to update all 3 of these console log statements by adding 2 fire emojis at the start to make them more visible. Do not do anything else. We need to do /compact soon. I'm starting to have that feeling that we haven't ran it in a while. Yeah, I mean, look, this is definitely not the best coding practice to include like random characters like that, but I don't care. I don't really care about coding conventions. I care about what works. If I run into issues with this in the future, I'll stop doing it. Like, it's pretty simple. In business or in life, always ask yourself, what problem are we solving? So one of the most important questions, and there we go. Like, goals last updated, boom, 050, so I can check, and I really don't like this collapsed UI. So I'm gonna go into, no, it's fine. 110% zoom. Boom, let's go here. Oh, this is too much. Why are we printing so much into the console here? Anyways, let me open this. And let's say update something else. I'm gonna say test. I'm gonna save. This didn't update the short-term user context. That's good. I'm gonna say lose 5. We'll change this to pounds. And then save. And we did update short-term user context, and it did save it to our current time. Now let's do it through the modal. Goals updated. Okay. And then let's see. So if we save it without making changes to that, it shouldn't update it. It didn't. That's good. And then yeah, so what 10 kilometers run. So this is bad. We need to fix this. This is a very bad bug. When the prompt, I guess, is loading from the DB, but whatever. That's gonna be the next thing. But okay, now if I change this to lose 15 pounds and I do save, on this save, yes, it's updated. Perfect. And now if I save, it shouldn't do anything. Okay, really good. So it's working great. I'm saying great job. Let's push the addition of this new user storage variable to dev tag protocol. Do not do anything else. Amazing. We want to make sure we document this. Actually, now remove all 3 console log state. Actually, we can keep them for a while. Now update daily. Actually, no. We need to compact. /compact, heavily summarize everything. Ignore the git commands. Answer in short. Boom. Send it right away. So let me review what we have. The auto send, this is a major issue. We need to investigate the prompts. Maybe we can jump on that next. But the main thing is like looking at our context table on the DB and seeing how that is structured. Okay, let's jump into cursor agent. I'm gonna say read Supabase. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of not in the vibe of using O3. I don't know how to describe it, but like sometimes you get tired of a certain model. So I'm gonna switch to the latest Gemini. I'm gonna say read Supabase setup file and tell me whether we have the structure of the context table written down there, and if so, how is that table set up? Answer in short. Okay, so we have summarized the conversation. So now I'm gonna say let's use this new user storage variable to actually let's open up to add a subtle yet powerful animation that that appears 5 seconds after the daily modal is opened and runs around the edit button inside of current goals box. It should only happen if you have not updated your short-term goals in more than 7 days. But this logic should already be implemented. Do not do anything else. The fewer lines of code, the better. You will learn these, like I learned these prompt engineering tips from hundreds of, maybe over 1,000 hours of building Vector. I mean, definitely over 1,000 now. But yeah, you learn these by spending time actually building with AI. So yes, the context table is documented. Okay. Explain the structure of the context table to me. Answer in short. We need to understand this, and then we need to understand that to figure out why this is not loading the right things. Also the task, there was like multiple pretty bad bugs. But let's see, okay. So now we should have this animation. I want to see how the animation looks. Daily focus model. So always look at what file it's updating, right? This is the main thing. You don't want to be updating wrong file. And now we can actually go into our application and delete that value. I'll say, quick question: what would happen if that variable did not exist in our user storage? Would the animation still run? And would we have... Okay, answer in short. Yeah, I just want to know this question. This is the edge case that it doesn't really like impact it, but like we need to figure out. Yes, the animation still would run. So let's test that, right? We have it right here, short term goes updated at. I'm gonna just delete this. And I'm gonna reopen the modal. And we should see the animation run. Let's see if it's a good animation. Ooh! Okay, the animation is a bit too annoying. It should like run 3 times. Okay, I like the animation, but we need to tame it. I like the animation, but we need to tame it. First off, it should only make the pulsating effect 3 times, not more. Second, the pulse in each run of the animation should not go as far, aka its scale becomes too big. Make these 2 small changes. Yeah, okay, so it needs to be more chill. Okay, I'm gonna close it. Wait, it's still going, I think. Global CSS, and then it's gonna import that. Wait, global CSS, how many lines this has? It's fine. This file though is pretty long. Ooh, no, this is bad. We need to also keep clean, good coding practices, right, guys? So what is going on here? Let's see if it did what I wanted. Open up. Should wait 5 seconds, you know, and then okay. We click it, we update it to £5 again, save. No, the animation should not run after saving. Okay, save. Anyways, now let's see if the animation isn't triggered. We can stop this. Okay, the animation should not happen now. It should not happen because we should have the value in the DB, and animation did not happen. That's correct. But I'll say, great job. Just make sure the animation does not get triggered upon saving the the current goals changes after editing them. Okay, so I'm gonna test it again by finding this value. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay, delete. I'm gonna delete it, close the modal. Actually, it should be hopefully no animation here. Okay, but let's open the modal. In 5 seconds, this should run, encouraging the user to change it. But then the outline, okay, let's change one letter here. It doesn't run after that. That's good. That's great. Great job. Let's push the addition of this animation to dev. Should have pushed earlier. But yeah, okay, let's not be perfectionistic. This is already really good. This is already nice. I need to keep monitoring dev. Okay, we have a build error. So what I do is I look at the Vercel on my second screen. Okay, wait, maybe this will be fixed actually by adding this animation. Yeah, this is like this is goal stale at the top, unused, but now it should be used. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll keep an eye on my deployments here. Anyways, let's focus up. So that has been implemented successfully. we have the context table defined. That's good. There is a major issue there. So, okay, I want to do the refactor. Yeah. So I'm gonna close others. I'll say, oh yes, the other Claude code. Yeah, we can close this Claude code. Terminate. Close others. I'll say, actually, let's compact. Compact. Heavily summarize everything. This is a default compact prompt. That's good. So this is going to be organizational purposes right here. Basically, this file is too long. I mean, we have worse files, but yeah, 650 lines is pretty bad. Now I'd like to organize daily focus more and make it less line of code and more modular. First off, analyze the folder in which it's in and suggest, oh, I guess I should probably make that decision myself here. Let's see. So we have user context, team, tasks. Yeah, all of it makes sense. It makes sense here. Assignees. So in the components folder, in aka the, I should probably tag components folder, and suggest what folder we should create in there. I'm thinking a new folder named today's focus, where we would move the modal into, as well as the new file we will create, since I plan on splitting the modal into 2 smaller files, as it's currently 650 line of code, which is too much. What do you think of this plan? Answer in short. So it's very important that I did the /compact, so now we work with the full context window. Daily focus modal. It's basically the only frontend file there. Yeah, it read the entire file, that's good. I should have specified that maybe, but it did it anyway. Since I'm in plan mode, I should just analyze it, just do not make changes. Yes. You want me to reorganize? Okay, good plan. Looking at the folder structure, this focus fits perfectly. Whoa, I said 2 files, not 3 files. Okay. But actually, it's not bad. Goal section, today's section. Anyways, let's start with the folder. I'll say I do not want to split it into 3 files, just 2 files. Analyze, okay, read the entire modal again and suggest a more minimal and and suggest 4 potential splits we can perform, where we would extract certain parts of code into a separate file. That makes sense. Answer in short. So this is good, like asking it, another prompting tip, or like a Claude code tip, ask it to give you like 3 or 4 options and then choose yourself the one that makes the most sense. In the meantime, here I'm gonna go components, create a new folder, today's focus, no special characters, and then I'm gonna tell it to move it into that file. Okay, here information, say extract data fetching and logic, use daily focus data, custom hook, and then extract all hooks and use daily focus and callback effects. Use daily focus data, use daily focus handlers, daily focus content, both goals and that. I like all of these are actually kind of good. Maybe option 3 is best. Actually, let's consult Gemini. Okay, I'm gonna create a new chat. I'm gonna highlight this. Say, your task is to read the entire file, daily focus modal, and then tell me which of these 4 options is the best. Okay, options makes the most sense and why. Answer in short, and I'm gonna switch to ask mode and yeah, Gemini. So, you know, this, I'm actually not sure which of these is the best. All of these are actually pretty good. I like that it should be separation between logic and UI. So yeah, option 1 and 3 probably make the most sense. Actually, I should have removed the recommendation from the prompt. The recommendation might be influencing it, but let's see. Option 1. Okay, it likes option 1 the most. Extract data fetching logic, custom hooks, the most sensible choice. Here's why. Cleanest separation. Solves the core problem. Files to range. Improves the... Okay, so we're going to go with option 1. Okay. Let's go with option 1. However, before we do that, first move the file, move the modal file into the new folder. Tag the folder. Today's focus. It's still not showing. Folder. Today's focus inside of the components folder. Use the MV. I mean, you should probably figure it out. Do not do anything else. So now we consulted with two models. Here I'm using Claude for Opus, and here I'm using Gemini 2.5 Pro, the June version, the latest version. So yeah. Okay. So it wants to move the file. It actually wants to see if the folder exists, but yeah. And now MV file, yeah, it's gonna move it. So I'm gonna agree to that. Boom, it should move it in here. Beautiful. And now it's finished. So now say good work. Now create this new file and execute this refactor of daily focus modal. Start by reading the modal file in full. Start by creating the new file and adding the proper header comments in. Then read the modal file in full, and finally execute this split like a senior developer would. What reminded of the plan. Take a deep breath and get to work. Do not do anything else. Like, I cannot stress how OP it is to consult two cutting-edge reasoning models and have them agree on a plan, and you yourself as well. See, like, I thought all of these 4 options were viable, some of them better than others, but I wasn't sure which is the best, so I consulted another cutting-edge reasoning model, and it agreed with Opus that 1 or 3 is the best. It was 1 is the best, and I said, okay, let's do it. And then the likelihood of this being a good change is much, much higher. It's like very hard to understate how powerful this is. You should be doing it. That's why inside of Cursor you should use Claude Code and the Cursor agent, both of them. So it needs to create it in this folder. I don't know why it's stuck right now. Use daily focus data.ts. I mean, I would like to rename it to today's focus, but we can actually do that later. And then it needs to fix the imports. Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Oh, it's a mistake. Actually, I'm gonna interrupt it right here. I'm gonna say, actually, before you create the new file, make sure to fix any and all imports affected by us moving the daily focus model into the new folder. Do not do anything else. Just fix all imports. That's my bad. Because now this is broken, you know. And other files like the model container will probably be broken. So we need to fix that. Okay, so the import inside of this file, and then you need to find the files that import, yeah. So imports in this file, but also other files that import this file. Yeah, model container, yeah. Looks good, looks good. Let's see if there's any other place. Yeah, let's check if this is why Claude Code is superior. It's so agentic, it's so clever. Perfect, all imports were fixed. So say, good work. Let's push this file location change to dev. So like, this is good enough for a commit, you know, in case something messes up with the refactor, we want to go to the previous step, which is now. So this is why you need to do more commits. And wait, did I copy over this? Yes, I did. Okay. Just checking. Okay, say good work. Maybe now it's time to compact. And actually no, good work. Now execute this. Whoa, I should copy my previous prompts. Really good prompt. It's a really good prompt. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna do compact. It's time for compact. See, compact / compact. Heavily summarize everything. Ignore the git commands completely. Answer in short. Boom. And then I'm gonna run this prompt right after. After it's gonna be compacted, this is gonna be so targeted. This is gonna, I mean, you really need to like feel how the AI models work. The context window, you need to manage the context window really well. So we need to fix the major bug with auto-send, improve the auto-send prompts, learn how the context table. Okay, so yeah. Now let's switch to the previous chat here. Context table. Context table stores memory for AI agents. Keys column are content. The text of the context or memory. Search vector embedding for semantic search. User ID. Object ID, object type. Links context to specific items like tasks or nodes. Well, this might be the issue. Object type. Null. Wow, we need to be setting the object. This is bad. Expires at. We need to be setting the expires at. We need to be setting the expires at 30 days from now, and we need to be setting the object types as today's focus. So now its summarization is gone. I'm gonna have this run. It'll be very targeted, and it'll pay attention to what we need to do. Okay, so get to work. It should create a new file, please. Use daily focus TS. Well, actually, I should first read the... No. Create a file with header comments, then it should read the file. But yeah, it's baking, so let's let it cook here. But I'm on my second monitor, I'm looking at the DB, which I'm not gonna show you. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna show you the database. But yeah, basically this is null, and this is null. It's pretty bad. Currently, the way we're doing it is bad, and the logic of extracting the last one, which should be specific object type, today's focus. We're not using the table properly. So we're gonna fix, that should fix 2 bugs in one actually. And then we should improve the prompts. Yeah, we need to fix the bug, improve the prompts, and then change what goes into AI suggestion, tasks. Process chip. This one is actually optional. I'm gonna remove this one, we need to stay focused. It's important to know, like, it's very important to say like, this is a V2 feature. When not to do something. So I'm gonna say consider, like it's very easy to think. Focus reminder. The value the user has written. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the biggest skills when building a startup. Like knowing what's MVP and knowing what's V2 feature. So many people just whoa! 300 lines? What the heck is going on? Really? I mean, this is 650, right? Yeah, 650. So this is, I mean, yeah, it's probably should be. Okay, this is 400. So now this file should be a bit shorter. But yeah, I was planning to like extract like 200, I guess. Not 400, whatever. We'll see. Maybe the logic is more than the UI, I guess. In here. Daily focus model consists view tails. Nice. So this is a pretty big refactor, so that's why it's taking its time. But yeah, Claude Code is a autonomous agent, can do a lot. But yeah, what I was saying, that knowing what's MVP is an essential skill. But one of the most important skills when building a startup. Seriously. It's so easy to like keep adding features and like, you know, bloating stuff and like thinking of more stuff to add, but then you're never gonna release. And like, if it's another thing, this is a super good heuristic. If something is important enough, the users will tell you. You can remove literally almost anything and not worry about it. Like, oh, I don't know if we should add this. I think people want that. If they really want that, they will tell you. That's why talking to the user is perhaps the main thing you should do when building a startup. That's why we have the Vector Discord server where anybody can message us. But man, this is gonna be a big change, so we need to test it properly. I really would want, yeah, okay, so maybe this is my mistake. I shouldn't do it at once. I should have told it to do it in 4 stages, and I should have created MD file. I mean, if this doesn't work on the first try, okay, let's see how many, 350. Okay, so instead of 650, it'll be like 350 or whatever. Man, this is very risky. If it doesn't work, I should have done it in 4 stages. I didn't think it's gonna be 400 lines. We might need to revert to a previous commit. Let's verify the build. Type check. Okay, sure, we can run this command. We don't have a type check. It should be npm run lint. Refactor was successful, okay. Well, we have 300. Use daily. Let's investigate this a bit more. 390 lines. Looks good. It's 2 files of roughly equal length. I'll say, now give me TLDR steps to test every part to ensure everything works. And actually we can go back into the browser and test every part ourselves, right? So we can close this. Let's zoom in 1. Modal. Let's see, AI suggestion, does that load up? It does load up. Focus on investigating chat prompt, chat agent prompts. Okay, so I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna say upload a video on YouTube. Save. Let's see if the saving works. The saving needs to be instant. Oh my god. Oh, this is waiting for this. It's waiting for the AI model. Okay, maybe it cannot be instant. Anyways, when we open this, this works. AI suggestion also works. Closing this works. Current goals, let's update that. Lose 5 kg. Actually, let's see if it prints into our console again. Lose 5 kg. Save. It should save it yet. Yes, update it. It did update it on UTC time. Now it's showing UTC time. No, what? Okay, whatever. Save. Well, actually, even when we cancel, it should be. Wait, let me. 5 kg. That's good. Update 2024. Here it should be reflected. That's good. Let's see. If I say 50 kg, and I save this and I cancel, it should still be saved, right? Let's see. Yes, 50 kg. It's saved here. It's saved here. It's good. Top tasks. I guess this works. We have only 5 tasks. I'm gonna say, clear the chat, switch to agent mode. I'm gonna say, let's do Claude for Sonnet. Add 3 more important tasks for today related to software debugging. I want to have more than 5 tasks to see if that works. I mean, I already know the UI works, but then the AI suggestion isn't being loaded with proper tasks. Okay, dev tools 136. Interesting. You don't need to see that. Okay, we have 3 more tasks. That's good. Okay, so it's showing the top 7 like it should. That's good. These numbers need to match the font size. That's bad. First of all, real quick, update daily focus model so that the numbers before each task listed have the same font size as the actual task names. Do not change anything else. Okay, what is this? I said TLDR steps and it gave me like gave me an insane list. Guys, this is not how you run a small startup. Oh my god, no. But now the numbers are not displayed properly right before each task. Fix that. They are shifted a bit lower. We need to give it the context. If I just said fix that, it's not enough. But say like they're shifted a bit lower. We'll investigate that and figure out what's happening. Still, they are not aligned with the task name texts. It's better, but they just still appear lower. Maybe the task name text needs to be aligned down. Okay. Yeah, now it's good. Now it's good actually. Anyways, so this should be expanding. Should show all tasks. That's nice. So this should only appear when there's more tasks. Okay, so actually this should be bigger icon slightly. Should be smaller. Update the size of the edit icon inside of current goals to be a bit bigger. Only a tiny bit. Only 1 pixel. Literally. I don't want it to be much bigger, but now this icon expand. Whoa, what the? Not as crazy. I said 1 pixel. This is 4 pixels. It's what, like, man, what? Oh, 16 pixels to 20 pixels. Oh, you're right. Incredible, man, incredible. Now update the expand button icon in the top tasks to be 1 pixel smaller. Man, sometimes these AI models are so funny. Like, this is nowhere near AGI. Okay, this I want to be a little bit smaller. Okay, okay. Very nice, very nice. I'll say good work. Now let's push this big file refactor to dev. Boom. And then actually I'm gonna do one more test here. One more test. Application, I'm gonna delete. Once again, I'm gonna delete the value of short-term goal updated. That is it. Boom, delete. So now if we open it, we should see our nice animation of this icon. Actually, the icon could be a bit bigger. It should be 1 bigger. Update the size of the edit icon in current goals. Once again, make it 1 more pixel larger. Let's see if it fails. Should learn its lesson, hopefully. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So again, if we close it and open it, it should notice that, hey, it hasn't been updated in 7 days. Yeah. Very clean, very clean. Man, very clean. Wow. I'm impressed with how good this is. Good work. Actually, that's not enough. I'll say compact, heavily summarize everything. Answer in short. Ignore the git commands, answer in short. Okay, so let's attack the most important thing because we spent too much time on the UI. Auto-send. There is a huge issue with the auto-send. I think we should probably start there. I'll say there's a massive issue with the auto-send that happens right after the user fills out the daily focus model. I'm going to tag use daily focus again. Basically, the context we are feeding into the AI that sends that automatic message is not correct. We need to investigate exactly where that happens, aka in which files, and what exact info we are loading in there. I suspect this this is partially So this is related to how we are saving and extracting data from the context table in our DB, because I just checked that table in Supabase dashboard and I can see that we have two major mistakes. Number one, we are not saving the object type, which we definitely should, as something like today's focus for easy lookup and retrieval. And number two, we are not setting any expires at date, which isn't a major issue, but I think we should add a date for today's focus entries, since this context is not relevant forever, and we should just set the expires at field to be 30 days from now. 30 days from the moment the user adds that context, today's focus context. The main issue, however, is that we are not loading the correct context, aka tasks, goals, and outdated or wrong today's focus entry from the context table into the AI, into the prompt of the AI auto send message that happens right after filling out daily focus modal. Your task is to help me investigate the most relevant files and get closer towards solving the root issue. Answer in short. So we need to load up the prompt files, like context agent, the chat message, right? This is it. Context. What is this naming? Context suggestion dot system dot chat underscore chat user dot message. Oh my god. I really don't like this naming. Let's find this folder. We should start with the naming. I should rename it to today's focus agent, not context agent. Rename backend to today's agent. Naming is also important. Yeah, so we will need the context. We will definitely need context agent. This one, okay. Yes, we need this one, and we will probably need context agent. What is this? For follow question will be a conversation. Yeah, these two files. These two files are the culprits for sure. Yes, for sure. But again, the prompts are not the only issue. We will improve the prompts drastically. We need to figure out where the bug lies, because like, let me show you, right? I can say upload a video on YouTube. This is all that matters today. Literally couldn't be any more clear what's my main priority, right? Save and look at the auto send message that gets sent. Also, this needs to be faster model, but whatever. How can I structure my day to ensure I complete my both presentation work? What is this? Where is this getting it from? This even might be the wrong user. That would be a massive mistake. So luckily we spotted it and we can fix it before it causes issues for real users. What is this, man? That's disgusting. We need to print it. We need to log it. We need to log it before it gets sent to the AI, and we need to figure out what schema. Okay, so I'm gonna say, let's create a MD file for this. It's perfect, actually. I'm gonna say today's agent debugging. MD file. So I need to like rewrite the prompts, add logging before the prompts get sent, ensure we are pulling same user. What else did I send? Oh yeah, use faster model, define custom purpose, add, okay, I mean, it's probably obvious. Yeah, okay, should be good enough. I'm gonna pin this one as well. So let's see, root cause found, the AI order message using the wrong context because missing daily focus text. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna say, you are confusing two different things, and that's because of our fucking retarded prompts. Naming two different things. The AI suggestion inside of the daily focus model is correct. This is not what we are investigating. We need to investigate. See, this is why naming is so important, because now the LLM is confused. The auto send message that gets sent after the user exits the model, the daily focus model. First off, you need to gain clarity about the difference between these two and which prompt files and functions are responsible for each. Analyze and grab the entire code base and do not stop working until you fully understand this. Answer in short. We really need to start with renaming the files. That's crazy. So I'm going to say rename the backend folder and files for more clarity. I'll say complete separation between autosend and AI suggestion. Okay, so this is a mini like task list. I guess I could add it into Vectel here as checklist, you know, like 1, 2, 3. By the way, a new feature we have in case you don't know about it. But this is completely incorrect. This is crazy. So yeah, use daily focus, send the message custom event. Needs to understand the distinction here. In the meantime, let's plan out our rename. So this will be today's agent. That's the first thing, today's agent. And then we need to rename this prompts and maybe split this file. I guess we can keep it in a single file. Today's, okay, so this is for the LLM response. We need to probably separate the AI suggestion. Actually, no, that could be the same purpose. Could be the same purpose. We can probably move this. It's optional. And then here was gonna do like must do. Yes. Cursor tab. Ooh, amazing. Okay, let's see. So it didn't really understand what the F was happening. But these are the files, context operations, context agent. So the issue is like loading. So let's see what it said actually. Root cause, the AI order message is using the wrong cause because missing daily focus when but the code never loads the user's daily focus from DB. DB not saving issues. Not setting object type for this focus, make retrieval harder, not setting, okay. Broken flow, user says daily focus DB missing field. Generates AI suggestion, doesn't load that focus. That's correct. Oh, maybe the AI auto send uses the AI suggestion. Wrong generic AI suggestion. Okay, maybe the logic flaw is there. Yeah, but we should decouple it then. Yeah, complete separation. We should start with this. This is optional. Use the faster model. This is optional. We should do this. Rename backend folder and files for clarity. Complete separation. We have to start there. Then we have to start there. Actually, this is even crazier. Okay, ensure logging, and then ensure logging. Check which data is loaded into the auto send message. Okay, this order is what we need to do. This is good. This is good. I like that. Let's get back into here. So I'm planning as this is doing it. I'm not wasting my time. I'm gaining clarity myself about what we need to do. And the core issue is in this folder. So context agent, like this is like so confusing, right? Like what is what? We don't know. So we need to rename that, and Claude Code will hopefully help us gain clarity. And actually, I'm gonna send the same. Whoa, I have a better idea. I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. Add to chat, and then I'm gonna switch to ask mode, and I'm gonna tag in relevant files. Today's agent debugging, context agent system. This is so messy. Agent suggestion system, context agent suggestion message, context agent suggestion. We have this already, no? User message, which is the last one. Context agent suggestion system chat user dot message. So I guess this one, yeah. And again, context agent dot py, context service, context operations, and I'm gonna send this, and yeah, okay, it's a lot, but now we're gonna have Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is 1 million context window. Hopefully gain us some clarity. 300 seconds, so wow, this is a long Claude code, even 5 minutes. So really going deep, so as we can see, this is not an easy issue. Although I just wanted it to give me clarity about which file is which, so now it's overthinking for sure. Luckily we're in plan mode, so it's not gonna mess anything up. Yeah, we need to start gaining clarity there. Okay, we have a response. You're right, I was confusing two different AI features. The AI, okay. In modal AI suggestion, working correctly. Mode agent. Okay, wait, let's see. Trigger, the model opens. Mode agent, prompts, context agent suggestion system. Yes, these are correct. So then we need to do the other one. So this is the context user suggestions underscore system chat and user.message. Crazy naming. Logic, it uses the user's tasks and goals. Okay, it is not okay. Auto send chat message broken. Yes, this feature is supposed to send a thoughtful follow-up question to the chat. Trigger when you click save. Mode user. Okay, so it's maybe using the same mode. Oh yeah, okay, so it's yeah, from the chat, of course. Prompts is designed to generate follow-up question. It's a fact. The root cause problem is with the auto chat message. The prompt expects the daily focus via the latest context variable. However, context GPL never loads the data from the database before calling the LLM. It receives tasks and goals, but not the crucial as a result. Prompts incomplete link to generate kind of a question. So ensure the Windows mode user. Okay, this is good. Let's see what the Claude code says. Now understand the full flow. Let me trace the issue with the auto send message after the focus. Okay, two different flows. AI focus, yes. Uses context agent py with mode agent, gets tasks and goals. Shows me a model. Auto send message after the model, the issue. Uses mode user in generate task based suggestion. Template expected context, but it's not being loaded. Sends generic message to chat. In context agent, line 103. Oh wait. Okay, this is where it got the 10 kilometer run. Okay, oof. We don't have a major security issue with loading other people's context. It is just that it's in the prompts. Okay, good. It's not that bad. This is probably good, but we're gonna still check it. Problem in context agent, the template context agent suggestion expects based on my latest context, but the agent never loads the user's daily context. It only starts and goes. Root cause user save. User saves daily focus, context table, missing object types, auto send message, but doesn't fetch the daily focus text. Update context agent py to load the daily, yes. Okay. I'll say before we begin, we should, I'll say, good, you finally understand what is happening. Actually, we should probably write it down. Say, root issue summary. Be concise. Okay. A, B, C. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna say, you finally understand what is happening. Add a TLDR summary of the root issue at the bottom of this agent debugging. Do not do anything else. Just gonna write it down now that I did the research. And then I wanna start changing these names, man. It's crazy. Okay, first of all, format this as a bullet list. Do not change anything about the text, just format it. Keep the wording the same. I don't know, I don't like these blocks, large paragraphs. It's much better if it's like a bullet list. Accept. Anyways, let's go back and say, first, however, we should start with renaming and organizing the backend, the relevant files better, because the naming is a mess, especially of the prompts. We should also decouple the logic in context in the relevant files to clearly separate between the in-modal AI suggestion and the auto send message that gets sent afterwards. Take a deep breath and suggest the three best, suggest the first three things we should do to achieve this clarity, better organization, and logic separation. Answer in short. The prompt names are bothering me, so we should change the prompt name. I should probably ask it directly. Yes, the folder. Today's focus agent. Actually, this is a very nice split. Wow, I like this. I like this. I like this plan a lot. Take it exactly as it is written and append it at the bottom of today's agent debugging. Do not do anything else. See, this is why the MD file is good. Like, the stuff I like, I just add it here at the bottom. Boom. Okay. Root issue summary. First 3 steps to create the organization. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah. I mean, let's start with the folder. Start by renaming the folder context agent to instead be named, what did it suggest? Today's focus agent, yeah. Focus agent. And fix any and all imports. Do not do anything else. One step at a time, guys. This is the stuff that, vibe coders, like if you use like a vibe coding app, I'm not gonna name any, but this is the stuff they will not show you. Like file structure, refactoring, all that stuff, you know, you cannot trust the AI with that. You have to be in charge. Okay, folder has been renamed. Need to close these files because the mv command, it deletes them and adds them. It's a command like supported by Git, so it takes everything. So now we move the entire folder, right? But like it takes the files and like creates a new replica, a copy of it in the new folder and deletes them. But the Git log know that it was moved. But inside of your IDE, it will look like these files have been just created. So now we just have to fix all the imports. And with Claude Code, refactoring is so much easier. But you have to do it in steps. Before, we did a risky operation where we split the daily focus model file into 2 files. And it was like a 380 lines moved at once. That's risky. The way I should have done that is like done it in 3 or 4 smaller stages where it moves 50 lines of code, verifies that everything works, tells you like, okay, test these 3 things, moves another, 50, 100 lines of code, again, test everything. That's the way to do it. Now, again, we have it in stages, literally in 3 stages, just as I said, but I'm still doing it one step at a time, right? So first we name the folder. Okay, so I'm gonna say, good work. Let's push this rename to dev. And we see this, context left until autocompact 39. So right after this git push, I'm gonna do /compact, heavily summarize everything, ignore the git commands, answer in short. You can actually be in plan mode when you are doing /compact. But yeah, now it's a very important time to do /compact. We only have 21% left in the context window, and I don't want to work with that before any refactors. So actually I'm gonna do this and I'll say add a green check emoji in front of this, just so that we're tracking what has been done. Accept. And then this is gonna be the 2 separate agents. So after the compact, we're gonna do that next. Separate that logic into 2 separate files, modal suggestion and auto send message. Okay, I'll say now execute, now read the entire, I'm gonna tag the file again, today's debugging. And execute this part. Do not do anything else. So when you do the /compact, Anthropic has structured it beautifully, and honestly you can actually steal it, right? Like you can actually steal Anthropic's prompt engineering, because they designed a really powerful way to compact a lot of context into a relatively short summary, right? So this session is being continued from previous conversation, so it's important to mention this. They thought it was important enough, so you probably should do it too if you are summarizing prompts. Conversation summarized below, analysis. Conversation is focused on investigating and fixing an issue with the auto send message that appears after. So yeah, it tells everything, key phases, summary of the issue, key technical concepts, files and code selections, errors and fixes, problem solving, all user messages, so this is my main messages, pending tasks, current work, optional next step. Very nice summary, very nice. Guess this is running. So let's see what happened. I've created 2 separate agent files, okay? And we have the files, okay. It wrote them in full basically. So is it trying to, I guess, get rid of this one? So I need to get some clarity. Wait, I need you to give me some clarity. What exactly are we trying to do here? I'm gonna tag today's agent debugging as well. Are we trying to fully replace fully replace context agent.py by splitting its logic into these two separate files, or will we still use that file in some way? Help me, this is another great prompt, help me gain clarity and understanding. Answer in short. Also, I'm probably going to say, what are our top 3 options moving forward? So in short, boom. Let's see. I need to understand what's happening right now, or what it means here. Is it trying to remove that agent? That's not really clear here. Option 1, full replacement. Okay. Recommended delete context entirely, use modal suggestion for. Okay, delete context entirely, use modal suggestion.py. Let's get back on track here. We have these. Okay, modal suggestion py. So this is the one of the new files it created. It's missing the relevant files, related files. And then auto send message.py. Auto send message.py. Okay. Again, it's missing files. I'm gonna actually use chat for that. Update modal suggestion and auto send message by adding proper header comments into both. Follow and then comments. We have comment standard MDC. Do not do anything else. Okay, we're gonna have the cursor agent work on that while we understand what's happening better. So use modal suggestion for in modal AI tips, yes, auto send message, update to call these new agents. Okay, what the fuck is it still doing? I'm gonna stop it by pressing escape. I'll say, I agree. Let's go with option 1. Update today's focus. Update the plan in today's agent to clearly but concisely mention this. Do not do anything else. Answer in short. I mean, I don't think this says it, no? There is no step where it says delete that file. Where is this written? Huh? Am I crazy? Did it update it? I don't see this delete. Command F, delete. What? Wait. Wait a second. Okay, I'm gonna close this file. Close. Don't save. What happened? Okay, now it's there. That's crazy. Okay, whatever. We need to review what the agent did here, I guess. Review next file. What is happening here? What? What? This is completely terrible. It didn't add header comments. Because right now, both of these files are missing the related files header comment. Analyze other files to see how we do that. I don't know, let's try O3. Claude for Sonnet completely failed there. Totally miserably failed. Wow, that was bad. That's why you cannot auto accept. Okay. So let's see where we're at here. We have this delete. Well, actually, we don't need to delete it. This was already marked as... Oh. I'm gonna move this to the bottom. I'm gonna do cleanup and delete it here. I moved, okay, actually moved that the bottom of today's agent debugging, since first we should test everything before deleting that file. We can like context agent py. We can just comment everything out, why not? For now, I just commented the entire file out, so we cannot use it anywhere. Your task is to update our plan by adding a green check emoji in front of the steps that we already did. Do not do anything else. Also, like right now, I don't really like the vibe, and when that is happening, I'm considering /clear instead of we have this file, so like, yeah, I'm considering doing /clear instead of just /compact, to be honest. So I'm gonna do /clear, and actually I'm gonna close this because there is a weird bug where it still like visually shows the older context. It doesn't load into the context window, but I don't like it. So I'm gonna say we are working on, and then I'm gonna tag today's agent debugging. Your task is to analyze all of the related files and figure out exactly where we are at. Answer in short. Okay, so since we're starting with a fresh session, I wanted to kind of orientate itself. So yeah, okay, let's see if hopefully did a better message, a better job, I mean. Seems like almost certainly it already did. Related files. Okay, I'm gonna say good. Just put the okay, whatever, it's fine. Today's focus agent. Okay, maybe we don't even. This is bad. I should actually wait with this because we are. The issue is, okay, you know what? I'm gonna reapply, but the issue is that we're gonna rename all these. Maybe not all these. Maybe the context service we don't need to rename. So I'm gonna accept, but then both of these prompts are useless. I'm gonna rename that. Same here. So I'm just gonna keep the context service for now. Better than nothing, I guess. Let's get back here. We need to push to GitHub the fact that we did this step, right? We separated this. Well, yeah, we should push it. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do it with the cursor chat because that's working. Let's push the fact we've created these two new files to dev follow protocol exactly. Do not do anything else. Okay. Base man says here's where we're at. Rename folder to his focus agent. Created two separate agents. Okay, wait. Maybe we shouldn't push to GitHub because the app is broken. But whatever. We'll fix it right away. Create two separate. Okay, we did that. Delete commented out corrects agent. Rename for prompt files for clarity. Fix broken import and service. Okay. Let's not get distracted. And let's follow the plan in today's agent debugging. Next up, we need to do this. Organize the prompts. Take a deep breath and execute the following. Boom. Do not rewrite the prompts. Keep the prompt contents exactly as is. Your task is to only rename these files for more clarity and better. Okay, that's clear. Do not do anything else. I don't trust the AI to write my prompts. It's good for like feedback and stuff, but not to fully write my programs. No way. I spent a good like hour yesterday optimizing that. Okay, so what is the MV command? Yes. I don't want to auto accept. Like, see, for Claude, you have this file, settings local JSON, where you allow the permissions. These are the commands that can self-run, but MV is very risky, like moving files. Yeah, I don't want to have it auto do that, so I don't add it. And then I have the deny commands, which are not allowed. So again, this is another thing that if you join the new society, you will learn that, because I give you my stuff. I give you Claude MD files. This is another benefit you get. Like, you get not only exclusive content, but actually stuff that you can copy paste into your workflow, right? Stuff that I use myself. So settings local JSON is super valuable. Setting up correctly can save you a lot of time. But some commands like MV should not be there. Okay, another MV one. Accept. We need to fix the context service ASAP, because right now it's pointing to the commented out file. Okay, it's the third MV command. No, actually fourth. So that should be good. All phone have been renamed, so let's check it. Auto send, follow up, and modal suggestion. Beautiful. I'll say we have renamed the prompt files according to today's agent debugging. Let's push that to dev as well. Follow protocol. Do not do anything else. Actually, this is a good tip. Like, you should do the git pushes in the cursor agent, so you don't fill up your context window here. I'll say good work. Now mark that as complete in agent debugging with green check. Do not do anything else. Okay, boom, nice. And then we should fix this. Good work. Now tell me, what is the next step? Start by listing out all of the remaining necessary steps and tell me what is the most pressing and why. Answer in short. Plan mode. Boom. This is so important. Switching between plan mode and auto accept mode. Beyond important. But you can think about it like plan mode is basically ask inside of cursor, and auto accept is basically agent. Looking at the remaining steps, blah blah blah. Split service method in context service. Delete original. Update imports. Okay, let's fix these broken imports. Do not do anything else. And then I'm actually gonna copy this, paste it in here, and say we have fixed the broken imports. Let's push this fix to dev. I'm gonna tag protocol. Do not do anything else. I'm predicting the future here to save time. The moment this is done, the moment this is done, okay, done, I'm sending this so that if other people are using it, they're not using the broken app. Say good. Now update today's agent for debugging with green check emojis. I mean, you might say like this is, childish adding the green check emojis, but it's visible. Like, it's clear. You can easily see what's happening, right? And so can the LLM. With green check emojis, do not do anything else. Okay. It's actually probably, wait. Okay, I'm gonna change my prompt. This prompt is kind of useless. Good. Now read today's agent debugging in full. Then analyze all of the related files. Read the entire files and tell me what are the truly required steps that are missing, and in which order should we attack them. Answer in short. So this is like this is just as important as building, is gaining clarity, right? You need to be gaining clarity throughout, And prompts like this, like when it does something and you're not fully sure what's happening or where we're at, ask it. We have some backend errors though. Let's see the deploy logs. This is not good. I'm looking at my second screen here. I'm just gonna copy the logs and tell it we're not gonna do anything before the backend starts deploying correctly. Actually, we should, while this is going, let me just utilize our chat right here. Boom, new chat, switch to ask, delete the terminal context. I'm gonna paste this in. I'm gonna say we have our backend is not deploying on render.com because of these errors. Explain what the errors are. Investigate all of the relevant files and tell me how we can fix them. Do not answer in short. Let's use O3. O3 max, come on. So while Claude code is going, I'm investigating these errors with O3 in the cursor agent. 10 tool uses, okay. Fix broken import. There's still a broken import, okay. What? Okay. Take a deep breath and execute the following like a senior developer would. I'm just gonna do this. Do not do anything else. Maybe this is the same bug actually. It looks like the same bug. Context service. It's doing too much. Like, it's doing too much. Okay. Let me add, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna say our backend is not deploying because of the error above. Is this the same thing you've just fixed, or is this something else? Investigate this thoroughly. Answer in short. Let's see. During boot, you can be a backend services context service. Deploy copy does from agents, context agent. Yes, this should be the same thing. Different issue. Is there anything we can do about that render.com error, or just pushing to dev again? You should analyze the backend and see if it still might be trying to import the old folder or the old files anywhere. Answer in short. Quick double check never hurt nobody, but we need to make sure our backend is deploying. Okay. Okay, I'll say, okay, in that case, let's push this import fix to dev protocol. Do not do anything else. The reason I'm doing it here because we have the context here, but whatever. O3 I'm just using for explanation. I can actually say like, make your answer simpler and shorter. This is another great prompt. When you want to like understand something deeply, it's good to just dumb it down and then tell it to like be more technical. Okay, so now the backend should be fixed, but let's see. Okay, this should be fixed now. Good. Good. So I'm gonna say good work. Now once again read the entire today's debugging file and then analyze all related files and tell me exactly where we are at and what's missing. Answer in short. Plan mode. Context service. So actually this probably it did it probably, I think. Clear purpose. We're probably much further than we think. It's still not deploying though. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the logs and let's switch to Gemini. I guess O3 didn't spot it or something. I'm gonna paste in the logs again. Let's go at the very bottom and say, however, the backend is still not deploying. We are still getting errors. Explain what is going on and which files this relates to. Answer in short. Context service auto message agents, today's focus. Okay, I'm pasting this in. I really like Gemini 2.5 Pro preview, like the 0605, really good. I'm gonna paste in this. Your task is to analyze the related files and fix this bug in a clean and minimal way, just like a senior developer would. Do not do anything else. Circular import error. This is why you need to watch your deployments. Like, if something fails, do not make more progress. Just fix the error. Okay, also message. Nice, it added a nice explanatory comment. I like that. Say good work. Let's push this fix to dev. Do not do anything else. I really like this workflow. Having Gemini 2.5 Pro in the cursor agent in ask mode, having explained things, and then Claude for Opus right here in Claude Code actually cooking stuff. Let's read what it said here. Current status. Still missing split service method. Generate as we generate model system. Okay. Must do list database. Not setting object type focus. Most critical service method split. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. We should probably do compact here. We should probably do compact. We definitely should. So I like to do it in plan mode, just so it doesn't do anything. I'll say heavily summarize everything. Default compact message, like that. I'm gonna keep an eye on my second monitor here, if the backend is deploying or no. Some of my developers already caught that, so that's good. Let's see. Still deploying, okay. Yeah, this needs to compact because there's a lot of a mess. Like this is the circular dependency, or actually I should probably clear it, to be honest. No, it's good, it's good. It should know about that. So I'm gonna say, now read the entire today's agent debugging file and analyze all of the most relevant files. Read them in full and tell me what are the truly necessary steps that we still need to do, and what should we do first? It'll probably answer the same, but I still wanted to like analyze with the current files, right? Because files have changed, so it needs to do that. And as you can see, I'm burning through usage, and if I was using API, I would have already spent like $40, $50, $60. But Claude Max plan is kind of OP. Let me reload my backend to see if it deployed. Still deploying. Why? What's taking so long? I don't like that. Vercel deploys like 1 minute. Okay, it's the risky part about it reading the prompts is that it might be influenced by the prompts, which I don't want. But hopefully it won't be. Let's see what it comes up with here. Actually, I can ask Gemini right here as well. Let me reset this. I'm gonna say read today's debugging and tell me what exactly is missing. Make sure to analyze and read all relevant files. Answer in short. Switch to ask mode. And we're gonna have answer from 2 cutting-edge reasoning models, 2 of the best reasoning AI models in the world, 2 of the best programming AI models in the world, and we're gonna clearly know what is still left. And keep in mind, we're just renaming stuff, right? It was like a mess, complete mess. Okay, actually, we're doing this. We're doing these 2, and it already did this as well. Yeah, so we're doing 3 things at once. But anyways, maybe this should be a separate file, to be honest, because it's confusing that. But this separation is super important. Like before that, Claude Code even got confused with what is what, right? Now we have this today's agent, today's focus agent, clear separation between the auto send message and the modal suggestion, like that. Okay, so 51 seconds of thinking for Gemini 2.5 Pro. Based on your plan, instructions, and the project structure, here is what appears to be missing. Service layer refactor. Change function, okay, into 2 separate functions. Change it, okay. Database write fix. Root issue code that saves needs to be updated to correctly set the object type. Today's focus. Expires add fields. Claude Code is going hard. 3 minutes of analyzing. Oh wow. Let's see. Split service method, yeah. Delete old file, fix database, save. Update related files. Let's copy this actually. I'm gonna save it in here. Okay, say good. Now execute the following. Execute, yeah, following. Boom. Do not do anything else. I don't know what is this bug where Claude, like, what happened? Where did you go? What is that, man? So it'll split the service method. Generate task. Okay, let's actually open this file. We need to be logged in. Close address, context, service. This is gonna be completely messed up. Okay, we're gonna fix this. I'm just gonna delete this. But yeah, whatever. Okay, I modified the file while it was doing it. Let's read this method. Generate task-based suggestion. This guy. It's doing too much. Mode, yeah. Yeah. Generate the modal suggestion. Much better naming. Mode agent or user. Say good work. Let's push this refactor to dev. Do not do anything else. Actually, I should probably say right here. And update today's age debugging by adding green emojis. Okay. Looks good, looks good. So I'm gonna do compact, heavily summarize everything. If you want more of these like raw style videos, let me know, because I love doing these and I'm down to do like an 8-hour one. So if you want to see it, comment 8 hours. If I'm gonna see a lot of 8 hours comments, I'm gonna make a 8-hour course on Claude Code, a masterclass, because every single day I'm learning things. As you see in this video, I showed you so many tips on Claude Code that you literally cannot find anywhere else. Why? Because some of it I discovered by accident by using it every single day, all day. So comment 8 hours if you want me to make an 8-hour version of this video, just an absolute masterclass on Claude Code. And yeah, if I see a lot of 8 hours comments, I'll do it. That being said, thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful, productive week. See ya.